Hi friends, it's Becky, and I want to open up and share with you my Beads of the Month clubs that I get from Adornable Elements. There are 6 monthly bead subscription clubs that you can subscribe to from Adornable Elements. I get 2 of them regularly every month, and then my final one is a rotation through all 6 of them throughout the year, and that's the Rotating Beads of the Month Club, which is great for those of you who cannot decide on which one you want, because honestly that was my biggest hesitation to subscribing, was just which one do I choose. So I finally decided that I was going to every month get 11 seed beads, beads of the month, 2 whole beads, and then I'd rotate through the rest of them because I hate FOMO, and I want to make sure that I get as much of that subscription as possible. So, for my 11 seed beads of the month, we've got Forest Grove, and we'll be showing that in just a little bit. For the single 2 whole beads of the month, we've got Gentle Iris, and that's the curated theme for each of them. And my Gemstone Beads of the Month Club, this was my rotating one. It's Morngaite, which is absolutely one of my very, very favorite gemstones. If you haven't seen Morngaite before, it is like the dreamiest gemstone. Honestly, it is just absolutely beautiful, pastel colors. We're going to have a lot of fun looking at this. But I did want to mention that there are some other bead subscriptions available besides these 3. In addition to 11 2 hole, and gemstones, you also have a Delicas of the Month Club. You also have a Fire Polish Beads of the Month Club, and what was the last one? Hot and Trendy. Hot and Trendy will have all sorts of different types of shapes that you may not have seen in other types of beads. You might have some 3-hole beads, you might have some 2-hole beads that are just a different shape, you might have some single-hole beads that are just really interesting and fun, like check glass beads, that sort of thing. So those are the different types that you have. They've also got an add-on subscription that I usually get. It's the Findings Companion Pack, and you can usually find some findings in here that you can't find other places. So to me, it's worth it to have that added. And mine this month is a gunmetal assortment, so we'll open that up after we look at all of our beads. Alright, and I've got them laid out. Hopefully if you don't like surprises, you've already clicked away. I've got them all laid out here. We've got our Forest Grove Seed Beads of the Month along the top. We have our Gentle Iris here along the center, and we've got our Morngaite beads there along the side. You get 8 different selections of 11 seed beads, 8 different selections of 2-hole beads, and with the Gemstones of the Month, you get 5 selections of those gemstones. And all of these bead subscriptions are available to be doubled. You can double it. It's, you know, twice the price, but not twice the shipping costs. And you just get twice as much of the bead subscription. They come in larger packages. Alright, so let's get up close and personal. Take a look at these beads. Right here on the end for our seed beads, we've got Matte Transparent Dark AB, and all of these come in 12.5 gram containers, by the way. And then we've got Matte Silver Lined Topaz, that's this guy right here. This one's a little bit harder to see. There we go. It's a very dark, it's Matte Transparent Dark Emerald. It is just a foresty dark green. And then next to that, right here, we've got dark blue lined topaz luster. So it's topaz glass with dark blue lining, and it's got a luster finish on it. Now we've got some earth tones that we've got bringing us back down to earth. This is special dyed chocolate brown, and that is a very like terracotta, dark terracotta kind of a color. And then we've got olive with gold luster finish, special dyed olive green, and Duracoat opaque dyed yellow olive. So that's a really great neutral color that we've got there. Come on. And that's the seed beads, beads of the month. Let's move down to our 2-hole beads. Get a little bit closer here for these. This is the Gentle Iris 2-hole beads. We've got some amethyst faceted oval beads, You can see where the holes go on this, but we've got some faceting along the curved top, and then it's flat on the back side. And there were 10 pieces in this month's subscription for the single amount. And we've got some Amethyst AB large half moon beads. You can see those. I'm not going to pick them up. And we've got some chalk teal luster 2-hole cabochon beads. And they have a domed top on one half and a flat bottom on the other half, and then just 2 holes that go right through it. Next we've got some silky beads, and these silkies are ones that have the bump along the top of it. It's got, some of them are flat on both sides, but some of them have a bump on the top. These ones do. These ones are milky jonquil silky beads, and there are 20 in this subscription. Oh, I forgot to tell you the amount for these. There are 25 of the cabochons, but we've got 20 of the silkies. We've also got 20 of these twilight jonquil check glass tile beads, and we've got 7.5 grams of the luster transparent amethyst bar beads. And these on the listing, I think there was a misprint. It says that they were storm duos, but these are actually Moby duos. See how they've got like that kind of fin shape along the top of it? That's what these are. They're Moby duos. And there were 50 pieces of these. They're chalk teal luster. And we've got some crystal green luster super duos. 12.5 grams of those. So we've got those. Alright, and now we get into the Morngaite. See how dreamy these are? I love this gemstone. I am so excited to create with this. Alright, so the first one we had 55 pieces of 3mm faceted round beads. Look how tiny they are, friends. And then we've got some 4x5mm faceted rondelles. I'm just going to wiggle this so you can see some of that faceting. And there were 25 of those in this subscription. This is the single subscription. Then we've got some 6mm rounds right here. And you can see the different colors in these. Sometimes you've got to see them a little bit bigger in order to really get an idea of those colors, with the light blues and the pinks and the soft, pretty greens. There were 24 of these in this pack, and then we had 10 of the 8mm rounds and 16 grams of chip beads, and these are between 5 and 8mm in size. So you can get some real organic looks with this as you go through that. Alright, let's take a look now at the Findings Companion Pack. Get all of these guys out of here. There is a connector here with this rhinestone mask, those crystals. Can be used as a charm or as a focal, or just as a connector. I think it would probably be a great little focal in the middle of a bracelet. That would be pretty cool, honestly. And then we've got a fancy fish hook earring with a back. Let me get those out of here. Where's our fancy fish hook earrings? Here we go. And there's little silicone backs that go with those. I actually really like those because the hole is so like unobtrusive for connecting them to things. Then we've got some leverback earrings. There are 4 of these. So there's 2 of those, 4 of these. And they've got a shell on the front of them. And then we've got some 12 of these oval jump rings and 2 of these textured jump rings. And then a large hammered loop toggle clasp set. So this could be a pendant. It has a loop on the back side, but you could definitely bead around it. And that actually wouldn't even stop it from being a good toggle clasp. You could still have this as the other side. But if I did that, I would definitely do like an asymmetrical necklace so that you could have this as a front closure or something similar to that. In fact, I'm having ideas already for ways that I could dress this toggle clasp up. Alright, then we've got 2 different lobster claws with paws and hearts. They're 8mm in size. And I don't have metal information on these, so I cannot say whether they are nickel free or not. And then we've got some spear paddle pins. They're head pins with these little spear guys on the ends that make them kind of a fun thing to be able to create with. Alright, so that is all of it. Let's take one last look. There we go. With the seed bead beads of the month, 2 whole bead beads of the month, gemstone beads of the month, which was my rotating one, and then our Findings companion pack, and that's from Adornable Elements. I will put links in the description so you can check them out. I have a coupon code you can use that will get you a discount off of your first month's subscriptions. And if you use my coupon code, because sometimes they'll send out different things throughout the month, they'll make sure that you get the same beads that I do if you sign up for the same subscriptions that I get, so that we can be making stuff together. But that's a good reason to use that coupon code for that. Also, if there's anything on here that you see that you're like, oh, I would love to get that, but I'm not a subscriber, you can email Adornable Elements, and if they have it in stock, they would be happy to sell that to you and send it to you. So if you were like, I really love those blue lined topaz seed beads, I need to have some right away, or maybe these Moby duos, or something like that, maybe some of the Morngaite beads. If they have it in stock, you can definitely purchase that from them, and they are happy to hear from you. Did I mention? May not have. If you are a subscriber, make sure you bookmark the URL that you can find at the bottom of your packing strip, so that you've got that for your seed beads or just beading patterns that are available for free for subscribers. Alright, until next time, my friends, happy beading!